Stay Golden is a kind of an all-day cafe. We are open for breakfast, lunch, and then events in the evening. So some of those are private events, some of them are public, where we're hosting trivia or a comedy show or something like that. And we've got coffee, we've got a full kitchen, a full coffee bar, a full liquor bar. So we try to approach each discipline with the same fervor and expertise that you would get at, say, a coffee shop for coffee or a restaurant for food. And our goal is that neither um, neither coffee, food, or liquor is an afterthought. That it all feels really well executed
Yeah.
uh, on all fronts. And so we've been open for 18 months. We're off of Sidco Drive, so just behind the Hundred Oaks area, kind of next to Berry Hill. And
So how did Stay Golden come about? Like, what's the story behind you guys?
story behind, yeah. So we have four partners in this business, and three of us, Sean Stewart and Nathaniel Marins and myself, have opened a couple other concepts in town in what feels like another life. We worked for other really amazing coffee companies and restaurant companies in town. We all met in the bongo world at Fido,
Cool.
and then I kept on at Fido in the bongo world for about 5 years, and Sean and Nathaniel started a little coffee catering company that eventually partnered with Crema, and Sean pioneered Crema's roasting program, and we all just kind of stayed in the business. And while doing that, we were dreaming up our next concept.
Yeah.
And so that concept ended up being Steadfast Coffee in Germantown.
Yeah.
And so we opened that in 2015, I believe, and operated that for a couple years. Long story short, we had a partnership in that business that didn't work out, and kind of an untenable relationship. So we separated from Steadfast in 2017, and spent some time consulting and just trying to figure out our next steps. And then eventually partnered with a guy named Joe Moore, who is an amazing man and owns a number of brands in town, one of them being Patty Wax Candles and the Patty Wax Candle Bar and a couple other companies. So it was a really kind of great next step for him to think about wholesale coffee. He works in consumable products, and with the wholesale side of our business, our restaurant is not necessary, but it's a really nice
Yeah.
addition. So we went ahead and opened the flagship location as well. Yeah.
Nice. And so, how have your hours changed since this whole coronavirus COVID-19?
Yeah. So interestingly, we haven't reduced our hours. We've actually expanded them.
Nice.
We are opening later than we were before, but we realized really early on that we needed to have something to offer folks who were going to be staying at home, something more than just breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
So we launched basically what we call survival kits. So, we do coffee and liquor survival kits, large format versions of our cocktails or our coffee drinks, but we also
The
do,
important things.
yeah, the important things, but we also do, we're doing dinner packs, right? So half chicken or whole chicken dinners, vegetarian dinners for 2 or 4, meatloaf for 2 or 4. And so in order to do those well, we really needed to kind of expand our hours. So
Yeah.
the kitchen's now open until 5. But you can actually, if you buy a dinner and you want to pick it up at 6:30 and it's been ordered and scheduled before 5, we'll be here up until 7 o'clock.
Nice.
Yeah. And then with our site, you could order a meal today and schedule it for next week or schedule for tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's
So,
one of the
so
things.
tell everybody what is your website?
Yeah. So it's www.stay-golden.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a great menu. I mean, I think there's probably a lot of people that are looking for this type of thing that just aren't sure I know there's some lists out there of like restaurants and coffee shops that are continuing to operate, but I think it's important for people to know that you guys are shifting to different things just to.
Definitely. We just we immediately did our best to shift our focus outward. We're like every restaurant. So a lot of times our email lists, we're shooting out deals or like, hey, here we're launching spring drinks or spring menu. We have used it in the past as informational, but we very quickly shifted outward and just tried to connect with our base and try to understand what their needs were during this time, and try to meet those needs. So frankly, we have those survival kits, but we also have what we're calling survival staples. And it's essentially groceries. Like guess what? Like you can't find toilet paper at the grocery store. Like we have toilet paper, we have eggs, we have flour, we have, all these pantry staples that we use to make things. But right now they're for sale in bulk on our site as well. So, if you're coming for dinner, you can also tack on this stuff that you can't find elsewhere, or vice versa, right? Maybe you're buying toilet paper, but some dinner or a breakfast sandwich sounds good. Well, we can make that happen too. So
That's good. Y'all have like a secret stash somewhere that y'all are getting stuff that people can't get.
the supply chain for restaurants is a little bit different than the supply chain for grocery.
Yeah.
So our suppliers are having issues too, but they've had a backstock, and there are less restaurants ordering that stuff right now. So we've continued to be able to get it.
That's a great idea. It's a great add-on when people are like, oh, I don't really want to go to the grocery store. I mean, I went to Trader Joe's the other day and I was like, nah, I don't need it that bad. And I love Trader Joe's, but I was like, there was a line out, past the Mattress Firm in Green Hills with like everybody standing 6 feet apart and
Right.
a wow factor. So that's good. Right. I think it's good that we're, doing this, because I think a lot of people see or hear, and that might be a good opportunity for people to pick stuff up along.
Yeah, definitely. And I would suggest that people get on our newsletter, because we're sending out deals daily. So I've written, outside of 2 days in the last 3 weeks, I've personally written an email that goes out to our database every day.
Yeah.
And obviously we're just trying to connect, and we're trying to add value to people's experience, in more personal ways. People have been responding to those emails. Those responses go straight to me, and I've tried to do my best. I think I've done a pretty good job of responding back with people. But, in those emails, we're sending out coupon codes, discount codes frequently for coffee or for dinners. Right now we have a code where you get 15% off dinner, and stuff like that. So if people are staying connected with us, we're trying to make sure it's worth it.
Yeah.
For them. Yeah.
People can go to your website, stay-golden.com.
That's right.
You can sign up for the newsletter, and then are all of your updated staples and menus and survival, all in there?
That's right. We're keeping everything. So there's a button right on the front page that says order online, and that'll redirect you to our online ordering page. Okay. And it's really easy. You can schedule pickups. You can leave us notes. It's a pretty clean, easy to use site. We try to have pictures up for every item, so you kind of see what you're getting as well.
What does the pickup process look like? So are they just driving up and you guys are meeting them outside, or what does that look like?
Yeah, so we still have our doors open for takeout. We have been on the fence about whether that will continue, but for now, you could walk in and pick something up. But we do highly recommend curbside. So we have, in the email when you place an order, you'll get a confirmation with our phone number in it. But we also have some posts up outside with our phone number attached to it. So you could just call up, let us know you're here, let us know what kind of car you drive. Nice. And we'll bring it out to you. If you'd prefer delivery, we're on Grubhub, Postmates, Uber Eats. We're going to be on DoorDash probably by the end of the day, if that's better for you. But I know people are trying to avoid those extra fees, so we'll keep doing curbside as well.
Yeah, they might also want to get out of the house and make
100%.
Even if they live in the neighborhood where you guys are at, I think people are getting a little stir crazy and ready to do something.
Absolutely. I've been thinking about, we have this giant parking lot that is empty.
Yeah.
because none of the employees from the other places are here. And I thought about doing like a parking lot party where people could park in different spots, stay 6 feet away,
Yeah.
but you could
Wait,
actually
talk to each other out the
be a
window.
human being, yeah, have a conversation. I haven't figured out how to market that yet, but it seems like it could be fun.
Yeah.
I do want to let everybody know we have a particular product. It's the first product you see on our website, but we launched it last week, and it's called COVID Rescue Packs. And so the COVID Rescue Pack is actually a way for you to help someone else in a vulnerable population. So maybe that's someone that lost their home in a tornado, or
Yeah.
someone who's really vulnerable to COVID-19 and can't leave their home, or maybe they're impoverished and don't have money. Maybe they're in hospitality and they lost their job recently and they can't put food on the table.
Yeah.
So a rescue pack is $24, and it's three individually packaged meals that we do here. They're nutritionally dense. Right now, it's roasted chicken, mashed potatoes, and a vegetable. And so when you buy that item, we're keeping track of how many packs have been purchased, and we're working with some organizations in town to get them delivered to people in need.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so as many of those as we can sell, we distributed 300 individual meals last Monday to some vulnerable populations in Nashville because those meals had been purchased. And
Yeah. All
yeah,
hands on deck for delivery, I guess.
yeah. So we that one was actually one big delivery, thankfully.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, so it was picked up, and there was kind of a meeting site for people to go pick up a meal.
Got it.
We are working with COVID Help Nashville. It's an Instagram account that has been sending us volunteers almost every day to deliver COVID rescue packs that have
Yeah.
been purchased to people in need. And we're working with People Loving Nashville, as well as some other. We're starting to the process of connecting with some churches who are going to help us
Yeah.
distribute food to the to the communities that they work with that are in need as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, if you're willing to pick up one of those $24 items while you're picking up dinner, it is helping. And we're going to start trying to gather some video and tell those stories a little bit better.
That's awesome, man. We'll have to tag those guys in our social stuff when we do it, and
Absolutely.
hopefully everybody can come out and get a awesome cup of coffee, maybe some liquor, some staples,
Would
all
love it.
that stuff. I appreciate you doing this with me, Jamie.
Thank you for thinking of us. I'm really humbled, and I just appreciate everyone. We're just here to try to do our best to take care of our community. So thank you.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Hey, you too. Thank you.